Welcome to Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. As a record time of 12:10 p.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $2,822, down about 0.12% so far. Respect over crypto market and the equity market, we are relatively flat. In the volatile trading session that we've had this morning, we had a mega dip ahead of the market open because of the investor sentiment was relatively negative, which is logical ahead of the FOMC meeting, knowing the fact that with respect to Jerome Powell on the recent verbiage on his potentially hiking the interest rate from 25 basis point to 50 basis point, which is a twofold increase. So when you try to adjust that into the market will typically over adjust first and then normalize from there, right? It's more of a psychological type of exercise that the market try to perform on you. But knowing the fact that the market has been, in a more of a correctional territory, and also recessionary fear has been screaming in our faces for quite some time now, I foresee that tomorrow Jerome is going to be coming out relatively more diplomatic than expected. And I do think it's going to be, a part of his leadership exercise is going to be, I would say infusing some confidence into the market by, instead of maybe hiking the interest rate from 25 basis point to 50 basis point, he might just say, let's just stay flat at 25 basis point, because ultimately it's contingent on the job numbers, right? And the commodity price that we have. Right, so as the war seems like it's more of a secondary factor now, it doesn't really seem like the Ukraine-Russian war, which was about a month ago, was screaming in our faces, saying that we are having we're gonna be having some seismic global recession going forward. It seems like it's more of a secondary factor, and also with respect to COVID as well. Seems like the cases are not good, but they're not worsening, or at least, in a very detrimental shock and awe type of affectation either, right? So I think tomorrow, the likelihood of us rebounding and getting optimism would be more likely than the other way around, right? But ultimately, that's a speculation, right? I think that makes sense. And why do we see that green candle reverse up? Basically gave up like the whole overall index, right? It gave up like 1.5% and then gained 1.5% in the span of like 30 minutes, which is 15 minutes of sell off, 15 minutes of surge, and then kind of go back into a normalized level. There's some weird activity going on with respect to the whales or the institutional investors. And one of the other reasons, because the VIX, which is the volatility index, has surged up, quite exponentially. Is at like the 34.86 at the moment. So when you have high VIX, high volatility, high fear, it typically drives the needle in that sharp type of affectation. So that's why you saw like a 15-minute dip, 15-minute surge. But collectively, we're flat basically, not really doing much until we get confirmed signal onto the FOMC meeting, right? So I think tomorrow is going to be part of the meeting, but in terms of the verbiage that will get confirmatory signal, I think it's going to happen actually on the 4th, not the 3rd, right? So we'll see how that goes, right? And without wasting more time, just dive into technical analysis. Right now we are at the 2822, which is basically $25 below the 2850. So I'll give that benefit of the doubt that we are there right now. We are still kind of trading on a sideways fashion. But good thing is that we know that the MACD has been crossed down for quite some time now, so we're just kind of gliding on a sideways fashion, waiting for the next confirmatory signal, right? And I think if we're going to get pumped up, obviously we're going to break above 2850 and then subsequently go up to the 3158, right? Which is, or 3150, depending on how you want to be flat in it, right? If we go down, I think the likelihood going down would be somewhere just like the worst would be the 2620. Right, because of the fact that we're relatively oversold already. So how much more can we ask for the market? It wouldn't quite make sense to keep leaping down that way, right? And with respect to the current channel, it seems like we're still sustaining the channel pattern going upward. If we're gonna see confirmatory signal tomorrow, I think we have a likelihood of actually following this red line here, going up from here. Okay, so with respect to Bitcoin, about 0.5%, similar in affectation, trading on the upward channel slowly. We are flat as well, so the next level down will be of the somewhere around like the 35 or 34 500. If we up, going up to 40 all the way to 44 from here as the next level, right? Respect to Ethereum Classic, that about 1.5%, right? Right now it's at 27.23, so it's a fair game to DCA right now. We're relatively oversold. It's good that you are at the opposite side of the line, right? So the MACD is crossing upward onto the signal line, which will be the next step, right? So it's good that we are just percolating on a sideways fashion, waiting until the bullish momentum to go back up, right? So I think the propensity going up will be much higher than going down from here. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you can see it. I actually got a haircut today before I actually filmed the second video. I want to get a haircut because my hair was already relatively long, and that's why you saw me wear the green hat today. I don't know why, but maybe the green hat actually gave us that green pressure today earlier. I mean, I'm being superstitious now. That doesn't make any sense, but also like I've heard this before. Like, is it true that you get bad luck if you get a haircut on your birthday? So my birthday's tomorrow, so that's why I got it today. So I don't know. Let me know if you guys believe in that superstitions, but I've heard this before, right? I don't know if I'm mistaken. In respect to Dogecoin, again, anywhere from 12 cents below will be logical to DCA again, right? Oh yeah, by the way, with respect to the our Patreon updates, we have updated the latest crypto and also stocks, which hold about 200 crypto and stocks collectively. And also, let me know if you are confused about the DCA methodology. It's relatively simplistic once you get the hang of it. So let me know if you have questions before I move on. So moving on to Cardano, that about 2%. Anywhere from basically current level below is logical. Solana is anywhere from 85 to 75 is logical. DCA at the $87 at the moment right now, right? In respect to XRP is about 0.7% at 61 right now. So anywhere from 69 to 57 is logical DCA. Polkadot's at about 3% so far. Currently is I would say anywhere from current level down is still logical to DCA, with rarely submerged right now at the 29 out of 70. Algorand's flat as well. Everything is flat. Anywhere from current level down is logical DCA. Shiba Inu 2100, 1400, and 900, so we're exactly there right now. Respect to MACTAC, that about 2.25%, right? Right now is a buy. Anywhere from basically 142 to 120 down is relatively logical DCA. We are just levitating, approximating the 110, right? But we're relatively submerged. The likelihood of actually bouncing back up is much higher than going back down. AVAX about 4%, anywhere from current level down to 50 is logical DCA. And then lastly, for Luna, $83 at the moment, about 1.43%. 75, 62, 52, 45 from here, right? Based on the current level. So if we break 75, that's the levels we're going to go down to, right? So chill day today. Obviously, we had the volatile type of momentum earlier, but I think we will hear, or see more volatility coming as we get closer to like the 3 p.m., 3:30 p.m. golden hour, where the equity market will be closing in 30 minutes by then, right? So I'll let you guys, know what's gonna be happening. If there's any like major needle drivers that arises, I'll keep you guys updated. In the meantime, have a good rest of the Monday, and I'll look out for the next one. Take care.